Hello scrapbookers, this is Megan and I am back today with a traveler's notebook spread for Scrapping Wonders. So you can see here I have a star and then I am going to try to use this stamp. So I wanted to leave this part in because I wanted to kind of show you how my my TN kind of art journaling mixed media kind of goes. So I was using an inspiration piece from the Crafty Maven Getaway, and I will try to remember to include a photo of it at the end, the inspiration piece. But I really thought that this would look cool to do a kind of a mixed media page with this little stamp that I have, and I think that's an Imaginescence stamp from a few years ago. But I really do think that this turned out cool, but it just wasn't the spread that I wanted to work on. I wish that I kind of would have stuck with it because I kind of like what's going on here, but I kind of, you know, take it off. I had done a lot of tree cut files that day, and then now here I am pulling out some new, let's see, that is Pasties from Shimmer's Paints, and it's called Putting on the Glitz. So I'm really trying hard to make a Christmassy fun layout here, or art journal page, but it's just not going to work. So I'm going to try, and I wanted to keep this in here just so that you can kind of see how my process goes when I'm making my art journal pages. So now here I am deciding I'm just going to start from scratch, and I kind of got this idea from the inspiration piece as well from the Crafty Maven Getaway to do a Christmas tree, and then to use the end of a pencil eraser, like to use the eraser and make Christmas lights all strung along the tree. So what I'm going to do is at first I'm going to use this, what is this? This is Dazzlers, and that's in, I think, Jolly Green. And so I'm trying to smush my paintbrush down on my, on the page, and this is mixed media paper, which is really good for using mixed media. I think it was just the product wasn't the right product for what I wanted to do. And so I am actually, on Christmas Day, I'm going to come back with a page for you where I actually do accomplish the look that I was going for here, but I end up just kind of freaking out and just being like, okay, this isn't working. So I'm gonna just totally smudge what I was working on here, and I am gonna end up covering this up completely. And I just I was not feeling the mixed media this day, and I hated it because I wanted to create an awesome mixed media winter spread, and it just wasn't working, and it bothered me to no end. Don't you just hate it when you have an idea in your head and it's just not working out continuously? Like, I think I tried 2 or 3 times before I got it right. Okay, so now I'm waiting. I have to dry this so that it'll, I can put more paint on top of it. And at this time, I'm thinking I'm still going to work with what is going on here. So I'm drying, and then I'm going to pull out some mist. And I think this one is called, I think I might show it to you here in a minute. Oh, I didn't show it to you. This one I think is Scarlet something. Let me grab it. Scarlet's Fever is what it's called, and it is just a really, really gorgeous red. It's really red. So I spray it on the layout, and then I'm like, nope, that doesn't work. It looks awful dumb. Nope. So I'm going to try to add, with this stencil, I think this was actually an acetate piece that had some acetate words printed in these diamond shapes, and so I pulled out the diamonds, and then I was like, hey, this makes an awesome stencil, so I threw it in my stencil drawer, and that looks pretty cool. I'm happy with how that looks. I honestly don't know why I don't keep it. So here you can see I have the off offshoot of what, you know, the product that was on the stencil. So I set it down there, and I am going to have to dry that before I can move on. So I'm going to cut that out here. I just used my Scotch Dry adhesive to glue that down, and it kind of started ripping as I was making sure it was down on the page enough. So I'm just going to kind of rip off the excess, and you know, it's a mixed media page, so that's all good. You don't have to worry about it looking awful, because you just kind of play and go with the flow. So at this time, I'm thinking I'm going to cover up this left side, which is why I put the doily down. So I'm going through my paint, and I pull out this silver color, and I really like how this looks. But then with the red and the green on the other side, it just, something looks off about it. So I'm going to do a couple coats on this left side. I think I do 2 coats on the left side just to kind of cover up all the red and the green. And then I kind of add a little bit more here to the bottom on the left side to make sure that I'm kind of bringing in the colors onto that left side. At this point, I'm thinking I'm going to keep the left or the right side as it is. Now I am going to bring in some of this, the Cream Team, and this is also pasties, and I'm using a nice triangle stencil that I got from my October Secret Not Secret kit. So I'm just adding some of this pasties in a few areas on the spread, and I really like how this looks, but at the same time I have a hard time with this cream color on that right side. And so I'm gonna finish doing this, and I think I dry it. I probably pull out my heat gun and I dry that, and I put the products away and wash everything off. So now here I am adding this this silver paint onto this right side. I just couldn't get over the look of the green and the red. I just really did not like it. So I am going to start painting that silver paint, and it's gonna work out okay. I actually really like how it turns out. Okay, now you can see I have that gray all done being painted, and now I'm gonna glue down some of these tree cut files that I had cut out with my Silhouette Cameo. So some of these cut files I got from Paper Issues, and then let's see, these 2 that are in the middle, like closest to the middle, those I got from Paige Taylor Evans's shop that is over on the Silhouette store. So I'm just going to spend some time gluing those down, and then I'm going to paint them. And I'm telling you, this page goes through the works. I am telling you, I do one thing and then I decide, nope, I don't like that, so I cover it up. So I hope you enjoy watching my process on this one. I don't know why, it just was hard this day. I kept trying and trying, and I just could not give up. So I don't know. I don't know what was up. So here you can see I am using, let's see, this is the Acrotones from Shimmer's Paints, and this is in Jive Jade. And at first I'm thinking I'm going to do the whole side of this. And then I'm thinking, what was I thinking? WTH, Megan. I don't know why I thought that. I think it was just because I was being super messy, and so I was like, well, I might as well cover the whole page, right? And then I get to this point and I'm like, no, no, I really shouldn't cover the whole page. So I stop painting on the left-hand side and I start painting this tree. And I'm trying to be a little bit less messy. I still will have to kind of cover up some green spots with some paint, some of the silver paint, but I really do like how these two turn out much better than on the other side. So I'm going to let this dry. My favorite thing about the acrytones is that they dry super duper fast. Okay, so now I'm adding gesso. And my reasoning for adding the gesso was because I knew that I wanted to paint some more gray on the background again. And I knew that having the green, the teal, would make it hard for the paint to really be a true gray. So I decided to color it the white, but the acrytones weren't all the way dry yet. They dry fast, but not as fast as I had wanted to, and I didn't really want to wait, and I didn't want to have to wait and dry it again. So you can see I'm playing around and messing around with colors and trying to get all of this right, and it's just not working. So I'm fiddling and fiddling, waiting for it to dry. Now I'm going to move on, and I'm painting some more of this silver color. And the silver color actually gets mixed with the white and the green. And so you can kind of tell there's a difference on that left side, but only if you know and are looking for it. You know, like I'm covering everything up and it's going to look fine in the end. And I wish I would have just been patient and let everything dry so that it would have covered it up a lot better if I had let it dry. But that's okay. I'm going to move on. I just really needed to move on for some reason. So I decide that, so this is where I'm touching up the green parts that had kind of gotten a little sloppy on this right hand side. And then I'm also going to actually cover up that tree on the bottom with the gray. And I don't think that I actually, let's see. Yeah, I think I do just leave most of the page gray. So I cover up that tree on the bottom. So I guess what happened is I got so frustrated that I decided I was going to turn the video off and not turn it back on. So you will see these photos are kind of a little bit of a change from what you last saw, but not mostly. I do add a cut file for just kind of some fun little airiness, and that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you guys have a great scrappy week and a Merry Christmas. Bye!